Hey everybody, Dr. Fisher and Tim here today. We are going to share with you some of the most used and some of our favorite books here in the front office. And Tim's going to start us off, and then I'll share with you a few of mine.
All right, so there's one for me that, well, there's several. I think they're all great. It's hard to come out and just pick one. But the one I got in my hand is There is No Good Card for This. What to Say and Do When Life is Scary, Awful, and Unfair to the People You Love. Emotions are all over the place, and we feel them in all different ways. And honestly, in my 40s, I'm still learning how to listen and deal with those emotions and what they mean and do things. And this is a wonderful book as things get a little wild and crazy and there's scenarios you don't know what to do. Going to the contents page, just to kind of let you get an idea, part one is about laying some groundwork, putting on your own oxygen mask at first, standing in their shoes, are a couple of the titles. And then you move into Your Kindness is Your Credential, Listening Speaks Volumes, Small Gestures Make a Difference. And it continues. There's plenty of things. There's a fun chapter that says, please never say this. And there's all kinds of things. One thing I love about the book is you go in through it. I'm not sure if you can see through here, but all these wonderful, it's a little messy. Just like life. Life is a little messy.
Just like life.
Just like life. And it has little things all over. And it's a fun read. It's fantastic. One little part that stuck out to me, I mean, there's several parts in here, but it goes to the listening speaks volumes. And just to read one little quote in there, people think that by listening, they aren't contributing to the conversation. Totally wrong. Listening to me talk about this horrible situation is one of the biggest gifts that I can receive. And so I know that for me, as I'm working and as listening, and not always just trying to solve the problems. I'm a dad of a few children. My first reaction is, I got to solve that for you. My wife comes, I got to solve that for you. I got to solve that for you. And instead, listening and sitting back and what that really means. Now, none of this is easy. Definitely, I am no expert, but it is a fantastic read that goes through. There's all types of stuff that has happened. That, you know, I've lost a sibling, so on and so forth, and all of these emotions are scary and feeling and do things, and this has been a great help on how to navigate through those. So that's going to be my pick for the front.
One more time, what's the name of that one, Tim?
There is no good card for this. What to Say and Do When Life is Scary, Awful, and Unfair to the People You Love.
Yeah, that's a deep book. So one of my favorites that I want to share here that's available in the front office when you sit down here and take a look is the We All Have Parts book. It's an illustrated guide to healing trauma with internal family systems. And in this particular book, you know, oftentimes in movies and different things like that, we hear or we talk about, oh, that part of me that does this, or that part of me that's hurt, or whatever. And so this book really addresses that. And I find it to be super duper helpful when working with patients, myself included, where, you know, you're trying to understand how to work with yourself and how to integrate. And so there's a fun little section right here in the back. You can kind of see here, it talks about the idea that the different parts have played different roles. So for example, we have managers that kind of work through the day. We have firefighters, we have exiles. Exiles are our pains and our suffering and our trials held in a particular place that then become exiled, right? Something happens to us. And then we have these two parts of us that manage keeping us away from our pain, which is going to be the firefighters are like compulsive drinking, compulsive eater, compulsive exerciser. They're like the acute people, like if things get real bad. But like the managers every day are going to be the type A executive, the caretaker, the harsh critic. So those are really helpful, you know, working with our own self and kind of understanding how to manage life.
I can put 2 cents on that, Dr. Fisher.
Yeah.
This is great for all ages too. I bought a copy for my house and my teenagers, and we go to this conversation quite a bit. And there's fun little drawings and fun little things that really break things down for everybody in that thing. So I have a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old that we see it in different places and different perspectives, but it is definitely a great one for our home.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. I've bought multiples of these books. So, and then the one that I want to I'm going to do 2 more, actually. Right here in the front office is this big book. It's a menacing book. It looks a little scary, and it is. It is scary. When you pick it up, you have your butt cheek squeezed a little bit. You're like, oh, that's me.
True.
Okay, so I just wanted to share with you just kind of a quick overlay. This book has a quick top 50 out of this one up on top of it, abdominal pain. I'm just going to read to you common emotional states that are associated with abdominal pain, right? So statements that kind of have meaning behind it, right? So when you have abdominal pain, up for grabs is one of the concepts. Virgoism, meddling, slave feelings, and intuition avoidance, right? Oh, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to hear it. Those are really intense processes. And then to save the best for last, one of my favorites for absolute last, this is one that I use almost daily in the clinic at least, is one of my favorite books, Brene Brown, Atlas of the Heart. I've done some reviews on this particular book, right? Tim, I've shared this one with you a lot. And one of my absolute favorite quotes in here, I'm going to bring it up a little bit closer to the camera. It is, boundaries are the distance at which I can love you and me simultaneously. That is by Prentice Hemphill. And that quote has served, myself, Tim, different people that we've worked with here in the office. It just makes life better. Helps you understand where to start, where to finish.
Yeah, definitely. That book I have suggested to many friends going through many different situations. There's so many wonderful quotes in there. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So we're glad you hung out with us. Tim, you want to say anything else here at the end?
Come on in, enjoy the books, or ask us some of our favorites and to do things. You'll absolutely love it. It gets the time going by. Definitely, like Dr. Fisher said, that big book. Be ready for that one. I get to hear remarks about that one all the time at the front desk. And so, wonderful things to really get you moving forward and think here in our front area.
So, thanks for joining us today. Like and subscribe. Tim, great talking with you.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you all soon.